Okay, so welcome to another deep dive, you guys.
Yeah.
Today we're doing something kind of fun.
Mhm.
We're talking about music,
Mm.
but not just like listening to it.
Right.
We want to like actually break down lyrics
Yeah.
and kind of help you guys unlock the secrets behind like,
Mhm.
what is going on in these English songs.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like
Yeah.
everybody has had that moment where they've
Yeah.
been like, you know, singing a song at the top of their lungs, thinking they know all the words.
Yeah.
And then later on, they're like,
Oh, yeah.
oh my gosh, I had no idea what I was actually singing.
That is so true.
Like, who hasn't sung Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza
Oh, my God.
instead of Tiny
It's
Dancer?
classic.
Like, it's a thing, right?
Funny thing.
But
It's true.
what about like
Yeah.
really fast rap songs?
Yeah.
How are you supposed to even understand those?
Right. Well, that's, I think, the beauty of this deep dive is
Yeah.
that we're going to give you the tools and the strategies to be able to dissect any song
Yeah.
from like the slowest ballad
Mm-hmm.
to the fastest rap
Yeah.
to really grasp like what's going on in those lyrics.
Awesome.
And the cool thing is that
Mm.
understanding song lyrics is like solving a puzzle.
Yeah.
It's a challenge,
It is a challenge.
but it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a great way to really connect with the English language
Yeah.
in a deeper way
Awesome.
because you're going beyond just the surface level.
Okay.
You know?
Like,
So looking at the
chat
nuances.
What are some of the things that make songs like
Okay.
difficult to understand?
Okay. So first, you got to remember that songs don't always follow
Yeah.
those like strict textbook English grammar rules. They
Right.
bend the rules a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be confusing at first.
Yeah.
But it's actually really cool because it exposes you to
Yeah.
a more natural and informal way
Yeah.
that people actually speak in everyday life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not always,
Yeah.
proper grammar
Right.
when you're out there talking to people.
Yeah. Totally. So one thing is what we call slurred words.
Okay.
So instead of saying want to,
Mm-hmm.
you might hear wanta in a song.
Wanna.
Yeah. Or
Going to becomes gonna.
right. So those are just contractions that are very common in the spoken English.
So it's like a shortcut.
Yeah, exactly. Like a shortcut.
Yeah.
And it just makes the song flow better
Yeah.
and sound more natural.
Right.
Another thing is like
Yeah.
poetic grammar. So think about a line like, okay, ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
grammatically,
Yeah.
that's not technically correct
Right.
because it's a double negative,
Yeah.
but it just sounds so much better.
Totally.
And it conveys the emotion
Yeah.
of that line so much more effectively.
It's like more impactful.
It's more impactful
Yeah.
than saying
Yeah.
there isn't any sunshine.
Right. When she's gone.
Totally.
So they use these kind of like
Yeah.
poetic licenses
Mhm.
to make the lyrics more powerful.
Okay, so we talked about like the grammar
Yeah.
and how it can be like wonky sometimes.
Right.
What about the words themselves? Like, are
Uh-huh.
there some words that we're just not going to get if we don't know certain things?
Yeah. Sometimes they use what we
Yeah.
call cultural references.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
for example, if you hear a line like
Okay.
a Rolling Stone,
Mm-hmm.
that might not mean anything to you
Right.
unless you're familiar with the Bob Dylan song,
Yeah.
where it basically means someone who's like
Yeah.
without a home, without a purpose,
Right.
just kind of drifting through life.
Right.
So understanding those references
Yeah.
can really unlock a deeper level of meaning.
Totally. And you know what else we have to talk about?
What's that?
Those moments when we just completely mishear the lyrics,
Oh my gosh.
which happens all the time.
It happens all the time.
And I learned that there's actually a name for that.
There is
It's called a mondegreen.
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 It's a great word.
Yes, it is.
And you know, one of the most famous examples
Yeah.
is in Jimi Hendrix's song Purple Haze,
Yeah.
where people hear,
Yeah.
"Excuse me while I kiss this guy," instead of "kiss the sky."
Yeah.
And it's just our brains trying to make
Yeah.
sense of those sounds.
Right. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've established that song lyrics
Yeah.
can be tricky,
They can.
right? But they can be really fun and interesting.
Absolutely.
So how do we actually figure out what's going on? Like,
Yeah.
how do we crack the code?
We have a 3-step process for you
Awesome.
to help you decode these lyrics like a detective.
Okay.
So step 1
Yeah.
is to listen to the song
Okay.
without looking at the lyrics first.
Oh, so no cheating.
No cheating.
Okay.
So just listen to the music.
Okay.
Absorb the sounds.
Okay.
Try to get a feel for the overall theme.
Okay.
Is it a love song?
Okay.
Is it a song about rebellion,
Mm-hmm.
sadness, joy?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Got it.
and try to pick out any words or phrases that you can understand.
Okay, so like even if I only get like a couple words.
Exactly.
Okay.
Just grab onto those.
All right.
Those are your starting points.
Okay, cool.
That's step one.
Okay, what about step 2?
Step two is where you actually look at the lyrics.
Okay.
So now you can cheat.
All right, I'm ready.
You can go online.
Yeah.
There's some great websites like genius.com
Oh, yeah.
that not only provide the lyrics,
Yeah.
but also give you explanations and interpretations
Okay.
of different lines and references.
So it's like a deep dive into the lyrics.
It is a deep dive.
Awesome.
And when you're reading those lyrics,
Yeah.
pay attention to any slang
Okay.
or informal language
Okay.
that you might not be familiar with.
Right, because that can throw you off.
It can,
Yeah.
for sure.
For sure.
Like if you see the word bling,
Bling.
yeah, that means
Okay.
jewelry, expensive jewelry,
Okay.
or dope, which can mean cool.
Dope. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So write those down.
Okay.
Make a note of them.
So step 1 was listening without the lyrics.
Yes.
Step 2 is like looking up the lyrics.
And really studying them.
And really studying them.
Yeah.
What about step 3?
Step 3 is to sing along, but slowly.
Okay.
So this is where it all comes together.
Mm-hmm.
And there are even apps like Music's Match
Oh, cool.
that show you the lyrics karaoke style.
Oh, wow.
So the words are highlighted as they're sung.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
So try to mimic the singer's pronunciation
Okay.
and their rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about sounding perfect,
Okay.
but just try to connect the
Yeah.
written words with how they're actually spoken.
So it's like that muscle memory.
Exactly.
Okay.
You're connecting your
Yeah.
brain
Yeah.
to your mouth,
Yeah.
to your ears, and it all comes together.
Okay, now do we need to like change our strategy depending on what kind of music we're listening to?
Yeah, different genres
Okay.
have different challenges.
Okay, cool.
So what about pop music?
Pop music.
Yeah.
That's a good one to start with
Oh, okay.
because it often has a lot of repetition,
Oh,
especially in the choruses.
Yeah.
So you hear those same lines over and over.
so that makes it easier.
It does make it easier.
Yeah.
And it helps those words stick in your brain.
Cool.
So like a song like Shape of You by Ed Sheeran,
okay.
the line, I'm in love with your body,
Yeah.
it's repeated a lot.
Right.
Now, taken out of context,
Yeah.
that could sound a little creepy,
Right.
but within the context of the song,
Yeah.
it's meant to be flirty and playful.
Right. It's like the vibe.
It's the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So pop music is good for that.
Okay, cool. What about rock?
Rock music can be a bit more intense.
Yeah. Like musically and lyrically? Yeah, sometimes they use more metaphors,
Okay.
and the singer's voice might be raspy,
Yeah.
distorted,
Yeah.
which can make it harder to understand the words.
Totally.
A classic example is Hotel California.
Oh, yeah.
The lyrics are full of metaphors.
All right.
And one interpretation
Yeah.
is that it's about addiction.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So with rock music,
Yeah.
you might have to think a little deeper
Okay.
about the meaning
Okay.
behind those words.
So it's not as straightforward?
It's not straightforward
Okay.
as pop.
Got it. What about rap and hip hop?
Okay, rap and hip hop,
Yeah.
that's a whole other beast.
Yeah.
Those lyrics are fast,
Yeah, they're super fast.
packed with slang,
Right.
cultural references,
Yeah.
and wordplay.
Yeah.
They can be really hard to grasp
Right.
if you're not familiar with the culture.
Right.
So if you're new to rap,
Yeah.
I recommend starting with artists
Okay.
who have a slower delivery.
Okay.
Like Will Smith,
Right.
back in his Fresh Prince days,
Yeah.
he enunciates really clearly,
Yeah, he does.
and the pace is a bit slower.
Yeah.
And then you can gradually work your way up
Yeah.
to someone like Eminem,
Right.
who's incredibly fast and complex,
Yeah.
but amazing.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've given our listeners a bunch of tools
Mm-hmm.
to crack the code of lyrics.
We have.
Now, how do they actually put this into practice?
I think it's time for a challenge.
Woo! I like it.
Yeah.
What do we got?
I'm calling it the Lyric Breakdown Challenge.
Okay.
Your mission,
Yeah.
should you choose to accept it,
Okay.
is to pick one English song,
Okay.
any song
Okay.
that you either love
Yeah.
or maybe love to hate,
Okay.
one that's always confused you,
Mm-hmm.
and then follow our 3 steps.
Okay.
Listen without the lyrics,
Yeah.
read the lyrics,
Mm-hmm.
and sing along slowly.
Okay.
And I want you to share your lyric wins.
Ooh, I like
And
that.
plan.
Lyric wins.
So if there's a line that you finally understood,
Yeah.
share it with us
Yeah.
on social media
Oh.
using the hashtag lyric win.
lyric win. I love it.
We want to celebrate those
Mm.
aha moments with you.
Right.
So for example,
Yeah.
Purple Rain,
Okay.
it's not about the weather.
What?
It's actually Prince's symbol
Wow.
for spiritual pain,
I had no idea.
right?
Okay.
So those little discoveries
Yeah.
can be really rewarding.
Totally.
And let's be honest, we've all had those moments
Yeah.
where we mishear lyrics.
All the time.
It's embarrassing, but it's also hilarious.
That's so funny.
So like singing "Sweet Dreams Are Made of Cheese"
Yeah.
instead of this,
Right.
or thinking "Bad Moon on the Rise,"
Yeah.
there's a bathroom on the right.
Oh my gosh.
Our brains are funny things.
They are.
But the best thing to do
Yeah.
is just laugh it off.
Total.
Even native English speakers
Yeah.
mishear lyrics.
Yeah.
You know, Taylor Swift even admitted
Oh, really?
that she thought a lyric in her song,
Mm.
blank space,
Yeah.
was Starbucks lovers
What?
instead of long list of ex-lovers.
No way.
Yes.
Wow.
So if it can happen to her,
Right.
it can happen to anyone.
That makes me feel so much better.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, so that was a really fun deep dive.
It was.
And we hope that everyone listening feels a little bit more empowered
Yeah.
to really understand and connect with.
Mhm. Those English song lyrics.
Yes. So next time you hear a song,
Yeah.
really listen to the words.
Yeah.
And remember, if you can sing it,
Yeah.
you can say it.
That's it.
And be sure to join us next time for our deep dive on how to survive English small talk
Ooh, that's a good one.
without wanting to flee.
Essential.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and until then, we'll leave you with this quote from Leo Tolstoy.
Okay.
Music is the shorthand of emotion.
I love that.
Yeah, so by understanding the lyrics,
Mm-hmm.
you're basically unlocking that shorthand,
Exactly.
and you're able to connect
Mhm.
with the emotional core
Yeah.
of the song.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time.
See you later.